So here we have him, the man who has a much flashier studio than we've got. Col Linton, you are sitting on the other side of a lockdown Brisbane. You're from Nomad and represent that great brand BKK, which is the naming sponsor of our Bass Electric Series. Welcome to the show.
G'day, Steve. How you going? Thanks for inviting us on. And sorry, I couldn't get down to the studio. If I could have got down there last Friday, we would have been doing this live. But unfortunately, we're doing the lockdown version again. So good to join you. And yep, just over the river here at Brendale. So happy days.
It has been an interesting time. We started this show, of course, it was called Lockdown Live, and then we ditched the lockdown when it all looked good and we were live again. But I think Nicole's going to have to dust off the old titles. We're going to have to call it Lockdown Live, at least until we get over this these crazy Delta strains.
Yeah.
Look, I really want to thank you for jumping up and sponsoring the Bass Electric Series this year. It's been a great entry-level series. For a number of years, Joey Urquhart ran it and put a lot of energy into it. We've had a few new guys this year. We've had Westy and Adrian step up and run the series. And, it wanted to take you to say, I'm going to sponsor that, about 3 seconds.
Yeah, look, mate, and look, fingers crossed I can get that over the line with the board for next year as well. We'd like to go again. So hopefully I can make a couple more appearances next year and actually fish a few. I've got a boat sitting in the front yard here now that I can actually use for it. So, yeah, look, Adrian and Charles have obviously done a really great job, and you guys have obviously given them the platform to be able to go and run such a cool event. And the Electrics I think it's my ideal tournament. I think it takes a little bit more skill than the faster boats, because you've got to make your decisions early and back them. So, no, it's a great series to be a part of. And as I said, looking forward to hopefully being a part of it again next year.
And how good was the event at Hians? Over 4 kilo bag to win that event. It's, Kane showed everyone what we all know that lake's capable of.
It's probably the premier dam in Queensland, I would imagine, right now. I mean, for fishability, Somerset's, always been a prestigious lake, but it's notoriously tough, and it has been for months now. Wivenhoe's got some big fish on it, but as you know, it's a 6-knot limit, so it's closer to an electric lake, but it obviously takes a little bit longer to get to those hot spots. But Hins obviously represents a really good opportunity for anyone in southeast Queensland to go and fish and crack a really good bag. Like 4 kilos, that's massive.
One of the things I think I've learned this year, having that close involvement with BKK Hooks, is the fact that BKK makes a much broader range of hooks that I thought about, and you have some hooks that are really, really specifically useful for us in Australia. I was only talking to Josh Lowry from Samaki earlier, and we were showing him these BKKs, which did an entire barra tour and never got changed out. Tell us about these ultra strong. You call them fangs, I think. Tell us about the fangs.
Look, they've just had a name change, so bear with me on that. But the old packaging was called the BT 663s. They're actually a 3x treble, but 4x strong, and they've got that anti-rust coating, which is obviously a testament. They've been sitting in your box for nearly 12 months now, and they haven't rusted. So that coating's is just a premium hook. BKK's been around since the 1800s. They're actually one of the oldest hook manufacturers in the world. So I guess they've just been around for a long time, and they've been doing it, and they've learnt how to draw the material in a way that actually keeps or retains that strength within that metal. It's just nuts.
Does BKK stand for anything in particular?
It's not something you can Google, but Black King Kong is really? Actually what it stands for. I don't recommend Googling that, but it might not bring up what you're hoping for. But bkkhooks.com.au will get you where you need to go if you're looking for anything BKK related in Australia.
Now, we've given away a lot of BKK hooks through the Bass Electric Series. You did the BKK Big Bass Prize there, and the guys got a great assortment of stuff. But we actually have given some on Lockdown Live as well, and I've got another pack that we're going to give away here tonight. At the end of this segment, I'll give you the mechanic for doing that. But some of the product that we have in here, like, for instance, your little brim assist hooks here, and I'll show them in the camera there. Didn't even know you had them in the range, really, until you started sponsoring ABT. How have you found the traction's been with Aussie anglers? Are they starting to learn about what you've got?
Absolutely. We've been really lucky. The electric guys have been really good at actually communicating that out to the people that they fish with, and the traction's really started to ramp up. Those particular striker hooks only just came out last year, and obviously with COVID affecting AFTA in the way that it has, we haven't had the ability to be able to, I guess, communicate it in the same way as we normally would. But yeah, those strikers, they go up to an XL size, which obviously great for bass, the spoons and everything like that. So they've been really good, and then there's obviously a massive range. You've obviously got a few extra packets there we can show the guys at home. So,
well, I've got another one here. This one's called the Diver.
Yep.
It's like a strong worm hook, but a flash on the end. They've been really popular in everything from bass through to barra in the last 12 months. Again, didn't know that BKK did them.
Again, another new product that's probably only just dropped in the last sort of 3 to 6 months, and we've really started to get the distribution out there. And the Titan Diver Plus, which we don't have any in front of me, unfortunately, it's a step up. They go up to a size 16.0, and they've actually got an interchangeable weight. So they've got a unique system where you can pull 2 lugs away from the weight, and you can slide the weight off, and you can change the weight between sort of 7 and 28 grams. So giving you some adaptability, I guess, in those larger soft plastics that you use. So a really good product, and super strong hooks. Those things, you just can't open them. They're crazy.
And another one, which is a favourite of mine, of course, I love my unweighted worm hooks, the Muse. Yeah. You have those in all sorts of sizes, whether you're aqua fishing or using a pink rub or any sort of that weedless fishing. Good to see you've got something in the range for that as well.
Yeah, look, those Muse hooks actually punch really well above their weight too. My biggest bass came out of North Pine, and I'm going to gloat a little bit here because I don't get a chance to do it very often. But I got a 56 centimetre bass on a 2-inch Kitech off the bank in the timber, and that thing, those hooks they changed my mind on the ways to actually fish soft plastics, especially in places like timber and grass. We don't see a lot of it here, but you get a lot of Texas rigging. I just love Texas rigging soft plastics now, and those are my go-to hook. We do have the Chimera. I'll just hold that up for the camera. That's, again, a similar style worm hook with that deeper gape and wider body for those slightly bigger soft plastics, and they start in a size 1 in those too. So they're another option for a slightly larger soft plastic for bass as well. So, but both great quality hooks, and feature that Teflon. We can't actually call it Teflon coating. It's a Teflon-like coating that makes that penetration rate just twice as quick.
Is that called Super Slide? Because I've got a pack of them here that you do call Super Slide, and I've become a bit of a treble aficionado in the last couple of years, and I love that Teflon. It looks like Teflon, smells like, quacks like Teflon.
Correct.
It's awesome. Like some of the smaller ones, I know that the Daiwa have a very similar hook. Unsure if your factory makes it or not, but it's obviously there's some sort of collaboration happening in the background. They just
potentially
penetrate so well.
Yeah, look, technologies obviously translate between companies, and Daiwa did have that Saxas stuff, but yeah, these are a slightly different gauge hooks to the Teflon, and slightly different gauge hook to the Daiwa one. Sorry, these are a super fine gauge, but ultimately very strong, and they just hook anything. So really, really good hook.
Yeah, and look, I've loved the pathway of learning about these, because I'm a bit of a tackle junkie. I think there's nothing better than going through a tackle store that you've never been to before and finding stuff that you've never seen before. So thank you for sponsoring, and thanks for opening our eyes to all of the new cool stuff that you guys have got, and pass that up the line to Damon and the guys as well. It's great to have local companies supporting local tournaments.
Thanks very much for having us, Steve, and thanks for doing what you guys do. Obviously, it's been a challenging 18 months now, and we're just looking forward to getting to the other side of it, everyone getting their needles or whatever they need to do to get things back on track, and everyone out there fishing again. And I'm certainly looking forward to having a crack at the BASS Electric Series maybe later this year. I'm trying to get to one event so I can qualify for Wyangala, because I know that dam's just an absolute cracking place. So
the way it works though is the grand final's actually at Lentils for the
Lentils, sorry, not Wyangala's the Open.
You've already qualified for the Open, mate. You just pay your money and you're in there.
I'm done. Perfect.
But the prize for the BASS Electric grand final this year, of course, it's the Bluefin. It's like a P series punt. It's got green marine lithium batteries. It's got motor guide electric motor. It's on a trailer. It is dead set Well, I'd call it turnkey,
Nice.
except I don't think it has a key, but, you know, it's ready to go in a Bass Electric tournament. So
Sweet.
Fantastic prize put together by all ABT sponsors.
Absolutely. And how long's Bluefin been around now? They've just been such a great sponsor for you guys. So shout out to them as well.
Yeah,
But
look, Bluefin Boats for the 3 series this year. So
goodness, amazing. That's awesome. There's a real change back to aluminium now. You're starting to see that come along in the US now with the Bass Elite Series. You're seeing a lot more guys starting to jump back to aluminium. So it's on trend if you're out there looking for a bass boat. Certainly have a look at the Bluefin options for sure.
All right, mate. Well, we're looking forward to maybe seeing you at that Humminbird Bass Electric Australian Open out at Wyaralong, and most definitely at the Bass Electric Grand Final later in this year, mate. Get the cobwebs off that thing, all right?
Absolutely. I'm coming. It's going to happen. And thanks again for all you do. Appreciate it.